You ready to get controversial? Back, everybody, to a review in sports. My name is James. Today we're kicking off a long video series leading up all the way until week 1 of the NFL season, hopefully, just to get us by when there's nothing to talk about besides basketball playoffs and baseball, which I don't know how many more videos I can do titled "The Braves Are Bad, and here's why we need to make a change," and then blah, 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 blah. I have multiple video ideas planned out. They just have to happen later. Here's a little sneak peek. Buyers are selling at the All-Star break. And that's really it. That's the big video I have planned, but it's coming up till the All-Star break. And then after the All-Star break, trades should be happening in the MLB, which will always be fun to talk about at the trade deadline. And then we can talk about which teams need to make a trade and which teams need to sell at trade deadline. So, all in all, those are the MLB video ideas I have. But football, it's really nothing. It's kind of bare bones at the moment. Training camp, Carl Nassib just came out as gay, so round of applause to him. Hey, good for him. It's wonderful. He's living his truth. Nothing bad to say about that at all. So, but we are getting controversial here, and I am so ready for the hate comments that I'm going to get because I don't have their favorite team's quarterback at number 1 or their favorite team's quarterback at the top 5. Because really, there's only a couple options that you can actually make a case for at number 1, and I think the guy who I do have at number 1 is fairly reasonable without being as biased as possible. Wink. So now, before we get started with that, a couple honorable mentions. We got Kyler Murray, Ryan Tannehill, Lamar Jackson, Matt Stafford, and Josh Allen, all just missing the top 5 on that. Pushback I'm probably going to get is from Bills fans about not having Josh Allen in the top 5, and maybe Cardinals fans for having Kyler Murray in top 5. I don't think he's there yet. I think Murray is getting there. Tannehill is top 10, but not top 5, and Lamar Jackson is right there, man. He's right there. Also, Matthew Stafford being right there. He's been a top 10 quarterback in the league for a while. Just doesn't get enough recognition because he was playing on Detroit. Now, with that being said, let's get right into top 5. Number 5 in this, and this is not based on all-time ratings. This is based on the last, this is based on the last couple of seasons, okay? This is not based on all-time because number 5 is Tom Brady. And if it was based on all-time, he would be number 1. Greatest quarterback of all time, yes. Greatest to ever play the game. Well, there's a lot to vary with that. That's another video for another day. Tom Brady is at number 5 at this point in his career. Now, he's older. He's not as mobile. He still has got an arm. But I think the guys I have ahead of him, and I value mobility in a quarterback. I want my quarterback to be able to move around the pocket. So for me, Tom Brady is number 5. I think that's a fair reason. He just won another Super Bowl. But again, this is not based on all times here. This is based on recent years, not all time. And take that in. Tom Brady is not number 1. There are other guys in there that are way better than him at this point in his career. And he's still good. He's a top 5 quarterback in the league. That's not deniable. There's just 4 other guys that I think are better. So Tom Brady for me is at number 5. Can't wait for Buccaneers fans and Patriots fans. Get mad at me for that one. Number 4, I'm not looking at off the field stuff, is Deshaun Watson. You don't lead the league in passing yards last year on a terrible Texans team for nothing after getting rid of DeAndre Hopkins. So that was impressive to me. Ignoring all the off-the-field stuff, he somehow drove the Texans to 4 wins, played on a absolutely terrible team, led the league in passing yards, led his own team in rushing touchdowns, pretty much did it all for the Texans, was the only reason why to watch the Houston Texans, and now that he might not ever play football again because of all this off-the-field stuff, is very sex. Deshaun Watson is a very special talent and a very talented player. It sucks that all this stuff comes out. I'm not talking about it. I don't want to talk about it. It's if he did do all this, well, I hope he never plays football again. But if he didn't do all this, I hope he comes back, becomes one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Right now, I got him at number 4. It was really a toss-up between him and the 3 guy, which to put there. They both play so similar. I just think that the number 3 guy has been doing it for longer, and I think he's just a little bit better and edges him out. Now, number 3, Russell Wilson. What can't this guy do? He's played behind terrible O-lines, has had good weapons, but terrible defenses the past couple years, terrible O-lines, and has really just made the Seahawks good. If it was not for Russell Wilson, the Seattle Seahawks would not be a playoff team every year, and that is a fact. That is a fact. If it was not for Russell Wilson, there's nothing else that stands out about this team. Sure, they got Bobby White. They got standout players, but the whole unit as a whole doesn't stand out besides that offense, and it's led by Russell Wilson. He can make plays. He makes so many plays, it's annoying to watch, okay? I am a Packers fan. Russell Wilson makes so many plays, it's annoying to watch. I don't know how he does it. Behind these O-lines, he has to run for his life, but he can stay in the pocket. He makes those tough throws when he matters. He's one of the most clutch players ever. Again, behind Tom Brady, clutch. Deshaun Watson has been clutch when his team is not the Houston Texans. Well, not the terrible Houston Texans, but these two guys ahead of him, one of them's coming off an MVP, and one of them will be the greatest quarterback of all time, I think, when his career is said and done. Now it just depends which one do I have at 2 and which one do I have at 1. And let me mention, there's no disrespect to any other quarterbacks. They're all very talented. These guys are just better. Okay? So that out of the way. These are my top 5. This is my ranking list. If you disagree with me, drop down in the comments below. Really appreciate it. Oh, also make sure to like and subscribe. Also, dislike the video if you disagree with me. Go ahead, dislike it. It's not going to affect me that much. Let your opinions be heard. But number 2 is Aaron Rodgers. It is Aaron Rodgers. I wanted so badly to put at 1. I could see the biased comments coming from a mile away. So to avoid those a little bit, you're not coming off an MVP for nothing, okay? Now, whether he's not coming back with the Green Bay Packers or not is besides the point. This man right here was the MVP of the league after not getting any receiver help. The guy we signed didn't play. He opted out of the year because of COVID. So he was throwing to Devontae Adams, and that was it. Now, he did have Aaron Jones, and Robert Tonyan is an emerging tight end, so watch out for Robert Tonyan. But Aaron Rodgers being on the field, making all those plays happen, almost throwing 50 touchdowns, barely throwing any interceptions, is phenomenal. Aaron Rodgers is one of the best quarterbacks we've seen. He's the best quarterback of our generation. Okay? Tom Brady can have that generation. Mahomes can have the next generation. Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback of this generation. He is my favorite player of all time. So there's the bias coming in. He is my favorite player of all time. I will defend him till the means end. And I can admit when he does bad. I can admit in that Buccaneers game, the first one, he did not do good. He had that rushing touchdown, did the and then, well, he was terrible. He wasn't good. Buccaneers defense really got to him. But besides that, Aaron Rodgers was flawless all year pretty much. He won an MVP. And with Aaron Rodgers, people were predicting us last year to go like 8-8 or 9-7. This was before we had 17 games. So, but Aaron Rodgers is going to leave, and this will really show. He might leave. He might be back. Let's pretend he would be back. Let's all have a fantasy world where he's coming back, and it feels so good to watch him be back and just clown on everybody. I said he wasn't going to be back, even though I have my own personal doubts. But he was the MVP last year, probably played the best football of his life, and if people are saying that, and he's done all that for years, he's amazing. Aaron Rodgers is a great quarterback, and if Patrick Mahomes didn't exist, he would be number 1. And in fact, number 1 is Patrick Mahomes. What more can you say? 2018 took the lead by storm. 2019 won a Super Bowl. 2020 made it to a Super Bowl, but then lost. But even though he was the only one trying, it looked like he made so many great throws that should have been caught if his receivers were catching the football. It's a shame he didn't win that game. It's a shame that game wasn't closer, but it is what it is. Mahomes with a cannon of arm. People are saying Josh Allen is stronger, and if he is, hey, Josh Allen should be top 5 coming soon. In fact, if I had to remove one of these guys and put one of my honorable mentions in, it would be Josh Allen. So, because I believe in Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen will win the MVP. But there's my top 5 quarterbacks. It is Tom Brady, Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes. Going into the 2021 season. This is not based on all-time stats. I realize that. If we were doing an all-time list, more people like Marino, Young, Montana, guys like that probably would be included on this list. So, there you go. There's the list going into the 2021 season. I'm going to try and do this for all positions, and I'm not just going to do alignment. I'm going to do right tackles, left guards, centers, right guards, and right tackles. I'm going to do it all. Same for defense. We are ranking all top 5 positions, and then we'll come back to it at the end of the year and see how those guys did. So, there we go. There's the top 5 list. Let me know what you guys think of it down in the comments below. Let me know your guys' top 5 quarterbacks of the season. If I didn't rank your favorite guy, make sure to dislike the video and leave some hate comments. And always, thank you for listening.